What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Facts Show, Super Facts Network. Today we got with us upstate New York, Buffalo, Syracuse's own BA Bad. How you doing, brother?
Man, how you? How you, brother?
Chilling, chilling. I'm gonna start with the dumb question. I'm sure you probably heard like 55,000 fucking times, but is BA stand for badass?
Yeah, yeah. That's where originally. Yeah, that's where it come from. Yeah, my name used to be Bad Boy. That's what my name when I was younger. They used to call me Bad Boy when I was outside. And once I got older, once I got like around like 19, 20, 21, then the bad boy. I'm not no boy no more. So
Right.
that's when they just call me BA, badass, BA, BA. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's funny you say that though. Like, so what age you think is appropriate for rappers who got Lil or Young in their name to stop having that shit? Because like I ain't trying to shit on homeboy. He nice as shit, but it's this cat Young Mo that I actually knew
Yeah.
him when he was younger. My man ran a store that he used to always be up at. And this must be like 15 years ago, 17 years ago, right? So
Yeah.
so so he was Young Mo then. And then I seen he just had a big song. You know, I write for Dirty Glove Bastard, and it was on Dirty Glove Bastard Instagram. And I was like, damn, he's still Young Mo. So like at what point, like Lil Wayne, I guess he's gonna be Lil Wayne forever, but Bow Wow got rid of it.
Right. I think it's just a mindset. I think, it's just a mindset. Like, whenever you tired of being young, whenever you tired of being low. I mean, I feel like, okay, so for me, it was just that, like, I'm a grown man. Like, I just felt like I was just a grown man. You feel me? At that time, I was Bad Boy. I had the braids. You know what I'm saying? I was just young. Once I felt like I was making a transformation to like another level in my life, I cut the braids off and I was just BA. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how that went. You know what I mean? Like, it's all on the individual. You know what I
Word.
mean?
But I mean, for real though, dog, Lil Wayne probably would have became Wayne, but Bow Wow fucked it up. Cause like for instance, me personally, I ain't never get another tattoo once Bow Wow got one. Cause because like I just you know how it's like, what would Jesus do? I kind of look at
Yeah,
life like if I see Bow Wow doing something, I know
dude,
I
I
need to stay
don't
the fuck
want to.
away. Yeah,
I mean, Wayne is like mega, right? So like, he's always gonna be Lil Wayne, but he's still little though. He's still little. Like, I
right.
ain't gonna say he a little nigga, but like, you walk in a room that's little, he a little dude. So you know what I mean? It might just be him. Like, he's a rock star. Like, he's like like he went above and beyond the call of what we expected him to be. You know what I mean? So he could be Young Wayne, Lil Wayne, Baby Wayne, Weezy F Baby, whatever the fuck he want to be, he is. You know what I mean?
Word. Hey, you know that ties in good to something I was gonna ask you because you know I don't like stereotyping people. You know, most people assume that you upstate New York cats only fuck with like boom bap shit and gangster East Coast rap and all that type shit. And I know that's not the case. And I'm curious, what's your favorite non-East Coast rapper or group or whatever?
Man, don't get me started. You want to talk about like as of like recent current artists, or you mean
Nah,
like all together?
when I say your favorite, like to me, I feel the best way, like the proof is always in the numbers, right? So when I say favorite, I look at it as like what have you listened to the most? Because that proves what's your favorite
Shit,
to me.
right? Man, I listen to everything. I'm a coastal artist, so I like my artists to sound like where they from. So like if I just run down names, my playlist, I play everything from Big 30, Pooh Shiesty, everything. I fuck with Gucci, I fuck with Nip, I fuck with I got a little YG in there. I like man, like I listen to ESTG a lot. He's been one of my favorites so far coming up. I fuck with Meek heavy, but he East Coast. But I fuck with man, like I listen to my guy Icewear Vizo. I'm
I love
big on
Detroit,
Icewear.
yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with Icewear Vizo. I'm starting to get into Babyface Ray a little more. You know what I mean? I
No,
like
what about like the legends and shit? Like, well, I mean, you said Gucci, that's definitely a legend, but did you ever get into
okay.
like UGK, Scarface, shit like
Oh
that?
man. Yeah, definitely. When I was young, yo, it's crazy because I used to like 8 Ball and MJG. I think
Yeah.
MJG is an underrated ass rapper. Like motherfuckers will never mention him, and he used to be killing shit, right? So like, I fuck with him.
Damn, bro,
I fuck with them.
hey, not to interrupt you, but you know, at the time, most people thought the 8 Ball was the better rapper.
No, 100%. Listen, and 8 Ball was probably the one that drew me into the group. But like over time, when I was listening, I'm like,
MJG be
yo,
saying some shit.
MJG, not same way that everybody always talk about Andre 3000, but they be forgetting that Big Boy was like, he wasn't leaving Big Boy. Like
Right.
he was killing shit, but it wasn't like he was like you know, God bless the dead. Like I'm a big Mob fan, but it used to be some songs where like Prodigy was leaving Havoc, and Havoc is, you know what I mean? Havoc is a great.
Right.
But it'd be some shits that like P was just like, you'd be like, damn, this nigga like one of the greatest rappers out right now. But
Hey,
with MJG and 8 Ball, it was like 8 Ball kind of had the look and had the style, but MJG was getting on the shit, smoking shit.
word, the album with the Confederate flag on the front, I think it's called No More Glory. It got a Pimp C feature. That shit is fucking phenomenal. I'm sure it's on Spotify.
UGK, I fuck with Pimp. I love Pimp. Bun was another nice ass nigga that like we taught Pimp C, but Bun get busy. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, like lyrically, Pimp's more of like a musical genius because, like, you know, like on he played all the instruments on all those beats. That ain't no samples and shit. Like,
right.
well, I mean, there is some samples, but you know what I mean. And Bun was just like real nasty lyrically. But before we want to before we get away from it, I found your point about Outkast to be really interesting, and I got a thought on that. You think maybe the reason that Big Boy don't get as much love is because Andre 3000. I mean, like you can see me, and I'm sure from this 15-minute interaction, you're already aware that I'm probably not like your typical white dude to be covering hip hop, right? And I bet you that Andre 3000 probably the shit he was talking about probably appealed more to the people that was covering hip hop at the time.
Yeah. Andre, I mean, don't get me wrong, Andre, you know what it was? Andre's cadence and flow and like
Well,
he was
I
just
mean, like
like,
subject matter, like when they went their
oh
separate ways
yeah,
a little bit, you know, Big Boy
oh yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah,
pimping
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
And, you know, most of the
Oh
people
man,
that was writing about hip hop at the time was like, you know, like upper middle class college graduates and shit. You know what I'm saying? And they probably just related
yeah,
to Andre 3000 better. Cause I'm with you. Like, I definitely think Andre 3000 is up there, but he ain't up there too far past Big Boy.
yeah, Andre, that could be true. I mean, don't get me wrong, Andre definitely is like different.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those that you be like, he raps from the other side of his brain. You know what I'm saying? Like you be like, yo, this dude is like every time he gets on the like even the joint he just did with Kanye, like he just comes on the joint and you like, damn,
Yeah. Shit
like
thought
you
provoking.
know, yo, yeah, like he's great at that, and I think like there's not too many rappers that can like they speak almost like in a narrative voice.
Right.
Hello,
Yeah, you good.
you know what I mean? He speaks like from a narrative voice, like he speaks like it's like okay, you got if I can like give you descriptive, like you have some rappers that rap like they're in the middle of everything, like in Styles P, they rap like they in the mix of what's going on. And then you have rappers like Andre, like Kendrick, that rap like they're looking at everything from a bird's eye view.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
Like,
it's like he raps like that. And like, you know, so I can get why I know why people go to Andre. Same way people went to Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? But still, like I just had to give my credit to MJG and Big Boy at the same time because it's like everybody always overlooks them and they just be forgetting. You know what I mean? Just like I didn't like, it's like everybody was like Jadakiss, 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 and it's like don't forget the rest of the locks. Like Holiday didn't play a lot of his shit. Sheik ain't like, come on, like on some songs, I think she had the best verse
definitely.
on like We Are the Streets and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like Sheik was like people was sleeping on Sheik, giving it to Kissing Styles. Sometimes
Shit,
Sheik was coming in.
there's a reason Sheik was on the B side of the first DMX single. You know what I
Right,
mean? That shit
right.
ain't by accident. You know what I mean? And then
Facts.
why you on it? I mean, if you want to be real, and this just opinion, but to me, a Gangster and a Gentleman is by far the best solo Locks album.
Classic.
Not to
hands
say
down.
that Jada don't got none, but you know, I don't
Yeah,
think anything can compete with a Gangster and a Gentleman. I still
I
listen
don't
to
think
that shit at least like once a month.
100%, 100%, 100% classic. It's some albums I feel like don't get the respect that they deserve. Like Gangsta and the Gentleman don't get the respect they deserve. I feel like Beanie Siegel's The Becoming and The Reason don't get the
Yeah,
respect that it deserves.
bro, the
You know
motherfucking
what I'm saying?
Sparks verse on The Reason was like blew my motherfucking mind away. Clearing my conscience at the liquor
Listen,
store, you know, with the
would have fit the Thunderbird,
uh,
and I'll be guzzling hard. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like my man got that tatted on his arm. He got that shit tatted on his arm.
With some washed up old heads listening to tunes from the
To the Whispers, same
yeah.
corners that I smoke with niggas.
What do you say to a woman who lost her only son
Lost
to
her
the
only
game and
son to the
gun?
game and the gun. Said, "Mommy, I'ma ride for him." The nerve of these niggas.
It was like the look that she gave me was like sparks the nerve of these. Most of them
Yep,
don't keep their. Now I'm under pressure.
yep,
I
yep,
I
yep,
I,
yep.
I had never heard nobody rap like that. Then he had Corrupt
Yo,
and Daz on it, which was a cipher to me.
yo, listen, Sparks. Yo, them Philly dudes, man, they unorthodox. Cause you
Yeah,
know who used to rap like that too? Roscoe Pico Chain. If you remember who he was.
yeah, down there with Neptunes and shit.
Yo, he was different, man. Like the way, like his rhyme pattern and like it was just oh my, it was really poetry on the beat. Like it was just different. Like it wasn't the average 2 bar, 4 bar. It wasn't the average. It was like he'll rhyme every third bar and then go off and come back. It was different. It was different. I really fuck with Roscoe P. Coltrane.
I did too. There was like this Neptune solo album, or not solo album. I guess it was like a label album, a Star Trek album. And he had like 3 songs
Yeah,
on there. Yeah. I know exactly what you speak. But you know,
yeah.
that ties in perfectly because you know, in upstate New York, I'm not gonna say y'all are having a resurgence because you know this might be like the first time that you really gotta like. And I think a lot of people assume that y'all just sound like you know, like 90s gangster New York rappers, but I detect something way past that. And I can't tell everybody that's from upstate automatically, but I think y'all definitely sound different than New York City rappers.
Yo, the thing about it is, see, okay, so what people gotta understand is like up here, we're a big ass melting pot. Like when you ride through the streets, you're not really hearing, you're gonna hear a lot of down south music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of heavy bass. And we was on that way before NYC caught on. Like especially out in Buffalo. Like I'm from Syracuse and Buffalo. So where Styles P and Jadakiss was the favorite rapper in Syracuse. I mean, when Lil Wayne was at his height, nobody gave a fucking Syracuse about Wayne. They cared about Styles and Jada. Styles is literally God in Syracuse, right? But in Buffalo, it was Gucci Mane. Like literally, like motherfuckers back in 2008, 2007, motherfuckers was riding around here with dunks.
Yeah, when he was dropping all the mixtapes like 3 on the same day, that era.
Yep. Hey,
Yeah.
yo, everybody out here was running around here with dunks and Chevys and, you know what I'm saying? They was 28 rims and, you know what I mean?
In
15s,
Buffalo,
12s in the back. I'm telling you.
that's
Yes.
not a smart decision. That weather
Yo,
must have fucked them rims up.
listen, they was riding around here like that. They was like, it was really big. Like, it was really big out here. So, like, to know, like, what it is out here, like, people hear the boom bap wave resurgence, and I want to shout out Ito, because he was one of the first people doing it when nobody was doing it. And you got to give your shout outs to Griselda, because they made it way more popular. But see, the reason why it works so much for us up here is because we never stop rapping.
Right.
Like we never, like we always was rap. Like when everybody was singing and auto tuning, we still was rapping like it was 2003 Clue mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? Like we never stopped rapping.
I
Because
know
the
about
thing
it,
about
bro.
us, you know
You
what I
know
mean? So
you know who one of my peoples is Taj
who,
Mahal from the Senate.
right, okay, so yeah, so we always stay, you know what I mean, with the bars.
Bars.
We also
Yeah.
so when this reassert, so when we seen that people catching on to this, and this is what y'all catching on to. It wasn't hard. Like everybody that you see that's coming up from upstate, we've been doing this for 10, 15 years. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't hard for us to say, oh, now we about to start rapping again. It was like we never stopped rapping. We just might have just chose a different little beat selection a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that hard because we kind of got away from, we already was heavy mob, heavy woo, heavy LOX, heavy Rough Rider. We already was heavy that. Even up until recent, we still riding around listening to Hell on Earth and Keep It Thorough, and you know what I'm saying? Like
why would you not? You know what I mean?
So it wasn't so hard to, okay, this is what it is. This is, oh, it's an underground lane going on over here, and oh, I can rap, because a lot of these niggas, because a lot of us, we started getting discouraged. Because it's like, damn, because me personally, I'm tell the truth. I can only speak on I went to jail in 2010. I came home 2014. When I came home, I kind of was like, I don't know if I want to do the rap no more. Yeah, because I'm like, I'm not a trap rapper. I don't want to rap over these type of beats. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I want to rap. You know what I'm saying? And the only beats that people was making at the time that I could really rap to was the Meek Mill type beats.
What about somebody like Harry Fraud or AraabMuzik or something?
Okay, so let me tell you a little history on AraabMuzik. AraabMuzik come out of a group that I was a part of.
Really?
Yeah. So all right. So back in, and you can do your Google searches. Back in 06, 07, 05, maybe even 05. I was in a group called the Zombies. The Zombies. Hold on. Let me plug my car up. I hope it don't mess it up because my battery's going low. So was a group. Did it take me off the camera?
Yeah, but I can still hear you.
Am I back?
Yeah, you good. And if somebody calls you, like I can still hear you when the screen go black, so you can keep talking.
Okay, so the Zombies was started off as a production group with my man Killer Tracks, YH, and 1-2. Killer Tracks was from Buffalo, YH and 1-2 was from Pittsburgh. They created that sound, that grimy, synths, spooky, the screams, all that shit. They created that. We dropped a few mixtapes. A couple years later, my man Trax got in Arab got in contact with him. It's a long story, but more or less, Arab got in contact with him and wanted to get down with us. So because they were sending beats to Cam and Duke the God in them, and Cam was using our production. So finally, they put Arab down with the squad. You know what I'm saying? And then they sent in the sounds. So all the Arab shit that you heard on Boss All Bosses, that's okay. So I give you two pairs of Arab. You get Arab from Get In Ohio. Arab made that beat. If you listen to the production on Get In Ohio, and then right after that, you hear Boss All Bosses, you listen to the production on that, totally different. That's because that's when he got the sound kit and started using our sounds. You know what I'm saying? So
all them good presets and loaded up effects and all that type shit.
Exactly, the screams and all that. So if you go, but the only thing he didn't use was our tag. He didn't use the Zombies tag. He used his tag. And over time, you know what I'm saying, he just took off, but he didn't pull nobody up with him.
Damn. Have y'all ever had a moment where somebody was like, heard their beats and heard y'all beats and were like, damn, y'all sound like AraabMuzik?
100%.
Oh, that shit must have made you mad as a motherfucker.
Yo, and that's how I felt when I came home from jail. That's what I'm saying. Like when I came home from jail, all this was transpiring when I was in jail. When he took off, and you know, the rest of the niggas kind of fell back. They kind of, you know what I mean, they kind of got discouraged because of that same, you know what I mean? So when I came home and I'm getting back to the team, like, yo, I need some beats. But then people like, yo, them shit sound like AraabMuzik beats. And we like, how did, you know what I mean? And I got tired of telling the story after a while.
Right.
Like then, because
then they call you bitter and shit, even though you got a legitimate point.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I was going for a minute. And then my manager, Puzzle, he came to me and he wasn't my manager at the time, but he came to me and was like, "Yo, bro, yo, listen, it's another lane. Like, I know you like the rap. It may not get you on no Drake level, but it's some niggas doing this shit, and it's some shit that you've been doing." And he kind of like opened me up to like what was going on in the underground. So I didn't know. All I knew of West Side and Conway, but that's because I keep my ear to the streets. I'm local, you know what I mean? So I know what the fuck going on in my city. So I knew what they was doing and I liked what they was doing. But to me, they was rapping over, no drums and shit like that. I like a little knock in my shit.
Gotcha.
So, but when I seen that and I seen what was going on in there, and I was like, I could rap. And I ain't gotta try to make the radio song. I ain't gotta try to make the girl song. I ain't gotta try to make the club song. I could just rap what I want to rap. I was like, bet. And then we start finding producers like V Dawn and such and shit like that.
Yeah,
And I just started,
V-Don's dope as shit. I know about V-Don from like Bodega Bands and shit.
yeah, he dope, man. He's one that don't get his flowers.
Hey, let me ask you this though, like Jim Jones, just got this popping, but like you can ask my wife for like the last 10 years before he connected with Heatmakers again. I saw Heatmakers had Instagram accounts, and I'm not trying to disparage them at all, but at one point that it seemed like they weren't doing much production. I mean, I'm sure they was getting money off licensing and all that other shit, but I bet you could have got a Heatmaker beat for a reasonable price. And I was just wondering, like,
Probably
why was it like a 8 to 12 year gap where people were not copping Heatmaker beats?
because samples. I think it was the samples, and they made it real hard on artists to make money using samples
Yeah,
and getting them clear. And I don't think they really had a dope ass like non-sample game. You know what I mean? And you know how the game is, like whoever is the hot dude at the moment, that's where they run into, whoever got the hot sound at the moment. So you gotta think like New York, and this is why we have our resurgence. You know what I mean? Just because New York stopped sounding like the East Coast. They wanted to sound like what Atlanta sounded like. And so they was looking to cop the Metro Boomers, the 808 Mafias, and the Lex Luger. They wanted those productions.
right.
Then, then after a while, when that wasn't working, then they went to try to go to drill, and they wanted to rap over drill beats. You know what I'm saying? And they just got away from what everybody fell in love with us about.
And then there was a couple weirdos thrown in there. And then like I ain't
Yeah,
trying to shit on homie because like I respect his dedication to craft and his work ethic, but I never understood like why everybody was trying to convince the world that Joey Badass was so nice.
um,
Cause like, bro,
I can't even.
I was living in seven. I was living in Virginia at the time, right, Northern Virginia, and there was like a Mountain Dew jump of Joey Badass, and this before he even got an album, and the shit's like life size. As soon as you walk into 7-Eleven, of him holding up a Mountain Dew Red, and, and
Yeah,
and I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen them do that for like mad motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
you know what it probably was, and I think, and shout out to Joey. I think what it was people were yearning for New York to sound like New York.
Right. No
That's it.
more
Just
Mims and shit. You remember
yeah,
y'all kept having #1 songs, but they ain't sound nothing
yeah.
like no New York shit.
And that's what the issue was, and that's why when Joey came, people was like, oh, yes, okay, whatever he sound like, he's rapping over that good old boom bappers, give me that good old nostalgic feel, bring him over here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's probably what it was, you know what I'm saying? And he made a great decision. He decided to go left when everybody was going right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he's where he's at now. And everybody that probably he started around with is trying to do this now. They trying to get back to rapping. I'm looking at all these, rappers that tried to make boom or try to make trap music and do the auto tune on the hook and all that. Now they want to rap now. Now they run into the underground. Like now they want to, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that shit is cool, but what about us that built this shit up?
Nah, bro. See, like I disagree. I don't think that shit's cool at all. I don't think anything's cool about making music that you're just making I mean, if you get a job to write a commercial or something, then writing commercial music's cool. But I feel like the cool thing is making the music that you want to make. Like Kendrick Lamar broke the mold, or even Chief Keef
Yeah,
before all the
yeah,
motherfuckers that copied him, because they made, or
yeah,
Soldier Boy, anybody. Like it don't matter what you
yeah.
think of. Like they were different, and they made their own shit and didn't listen to nobody or try to sound like no other shit. I mean, like listening to Everybody Eats. You ain't. I mean, I can tell that you from upstate, but you ain't trying to sound like nobody.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't trying to. And you know what? But you know what? At the same time, I know how hard it is as an artist too. Like, as an artist, I want my man to play my shit. Like I like, you know what I mean? I want the nigga, I want Shorty to be like, yo, I like your last song. And you know what I mean? And I had to think about this. It's a different culture from up here to down there. Down there's mad clubs. You know what I'm saying? So when they go in the club, New York is used to being it. When them artists go in the club, they want to hear their songs in the club. When you got Future being played and this being played and that being played, and they not getting played and they not getting their shit sound off on Hot 9, they're gonna try to make something that they think the DJ gonna want to play and be able to mix their shit in where it was hot.
Right.
Right. Up here, especially in Syracuse, we don't got no clubs. We got bars and lounges. All our clubs is any club we ever had got shut down. Every bar that was open 2 years ago ain't open today. You know what I mean? Because of the violence and all that. The thing is, like, let's say for Syracuse culture, and like I heard this rapper talking about, oh, get your shit played in the club. We didn't. That's not our culture. Our culture was blend tapes and mixtapes. You know what I mean? Taj will tell you, like, in our town, we didn't have no radio like that. Our radio was trash. We listened to local DJs that had blend tapes. And the rappers that got their buzz in our city got their music on the blend tapes. And
Right.
that's how everybody was fucking with your shit, because they playing your shit, and then once your shit come on and the sound off, now they looking for your shit. Now every gas station you pull up to, you hearing your shit sound off at the gas station if your shit was hot enough to get on the blend tapes. You know what I mean? In Buffalo, it was more of a they didn't have a lot of mixtape. It wasn't a big mixtape culture. They got a couple little clubs here, and not too many music was being played in the clubs like that. But it was just really on a real street grind. It was really on some mixtape, hand to hand DVDs. Like we had Crush DVDs out here. You know what I mean? Keep rapping until something happened. That's the culture out here. So we didn't really have that club atmosphere to be like, yo, my song got ringing in the club, and that's how we got on. You got your name out here by just word of mouth and putting your mix being everywhere with your CDs, and niggas like, yo, boy, nice. Yo, watching YouTube videos, shit like that. You know what I mean? It's a way harder grind up here than it is there, but they was chasing that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it, but it's still like you ran away from this.
Word.
You know what I
Hey,
mean? And now that, huh?
I'm not good.
Now I'm saying, and now that it's lit, now that it's back doing what it's doing, now that, you know what I mean? Now you want to come back to this and be like, oh, this is ours. You know what I mean? We salute you for what y'all did before, but y'all let this alone. Like this would, if if it wasn't for your Rock Marcies and your Ethos and your Gazeldas, you know what I mean? And I'm probably forgetting a few different names, but if it wasn't for them to build this underground and resurrect this shit up to where niggas is really making money off of it, this would be a dying thing.
Do you
You
think
wouldn't
Run the
hear it.
Jewels helped at all? I mean,
I think a lot of people. I think
LP's New York.
yeah,
That's independent.
I think Top Dog and them helped it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think because I think they do a form of boom bap. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of things helped it, but as far as like the grimy side, like I think Cole kind of helped it too.
And you
You
know
know what I'm
what? You're
saying? He
right
does.
though. They do kind of a boom bap, but like y'all do like boom bap through samples, and they use more instrumentation, but it's still like a bunch of like James Brown type funk.
Yeah, yeah,
This still down to break beats and all. You know what I mean?
yep,
Like
yep.
that's an excellent point. I never thought of Bro, I had no idea I was about to have such a profound musical discussion. That's what's up. I admire your studies of the game.
I love hip hop, man. I love this shit. I
Hey,
love this
let
shit.
me ask
Yeah.
you this though. Does anybody from Buffalo ever try to cross over into Canada to make it? Because
Uh,
Toronto's not too far, right?
no, it's not. I think so. I think, yo, we've been Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse. We've been like the land of no hope for so long. I think everybody tried everything at one point.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I think everybody tried everything at one point. I can't give you nobody specific, but
Well, I
I
mean
think
that at least
everybody,
means nobody did it real large. So that's more what I was curious about.
yeah, nobody broke like Griselda. Like when we talk about upstate, this is what I like to say. The first person that I remember as a kid seeing doing big things that gave me hope coming from here was the Senate. Was Thumpman Doza and Sammy G and them, because they from like Syracuse, from neighborhoods, like they name ring outside of the rap shit. And when you heard them doing it and running around with them, you know what I'm saying, running around with Taj and that shit, it gave us hope. Then you got
And Taj can really rap. This might
right.
be controversial to some, but I think he's the third best lyricist out the whole Dipset collective behind Cameron and Noe.
Mm, mm,
Like I think he can rap
wow,
better than Jewels. I think he can rap better than 40 Cal. I think he can rap better than J.R. Ryder.
man. I don't know. I have to go back through. I had to go back through catalogs. I mean, listen, I was a big fan of all them. Like I used to be
Oh,
on
me too. I
Taj
don't think
message
none of them.
boards.
Yeah, I think they can all rap. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I was a big Dipset fan. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Senate fan. But I give that to the Senate. Then the next I gotta give to who did it big, I feel like did it bigger than them, was 38 Special. 38 was like, he at one point he was like the pinnacle of where I felt like niggas can get to. You know what I'm saying? Because he was on Green Lantern. He was killing, smoking motherfuckers up in the city and in the green room. He's just super nice, right? Like, and everybody knew about it. Anywhere I went, they knew who 38 was. Like, you know what I mean? They knew who 38. And he was known not just in Buffalo, not just in Syracuse, not just in Rochester. He was known all through upstate. Like, everybody knew who 38 Special was. And then I gotta give it to West Side in them. They took it to a level that
Yeah.
nobody in this area ever took it to. You know what I'm saying? So those were the three ones that I seen that inspired me. I gotta give them brothers they credit. Like the Senate, definitely in high school, especially being from Syracuse. And then I moved to Buffalo when I was 15. Man, who rap from Syracuse? I'm slamming Senate CDs on the table. Fuck you mean who rap from Syracuse, nigga? Like what? You don't know who Taj is? You don't know who Sammy? You don't know who Mendoza is? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Hey,
yeah.
they put out a couple new songs in the last couple years. People came home and things of that nature.
Yeah, yep. I'll be in tune. I'll be aware. I tap in. I listen. I check out.
You got it. You got any of them Senate CDs left?
Man, I don't know where my CDs at. Man, I don't know where none of them shits at. But man, if I could get my favorite, probably was like, I think it was like volume 2. I
Man,
had the
those things are so
man,
valuable. Like on Discogs, you can put a want list, right? So when someone
yeah,
lists something you want, you get an email, right? So
yeah.
I got Taj and Uncasa, and I got one Senate, and I got a Night album, but they like the hardest ones to
Yo,
find. And
ooh, Night,
yeah, but I got
yo,
Night the Formula, but like
the formula.
I got an email today. Somebody just put a Senate Volume 1 up on Discogs for 130 in
Yo,
European dollars. So I think it's like 160 over here.
yo, listen, not Night. I listened to Night the Formula and learn how to write songs. I was just rapping. I was just battling. I just wanted to battle. I was just writing long ass raps. And I listened to the formula and learn how to, like, okay, hook, verse, okay, come in with this, write about this subject. Like I used the formula to learn how to write songs. That's how much I was a fan of them as a young boy. Like I was a young boy listening to them. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's what's up. That's super what's
Yeah,
up. But you know,
facts.
I ain't just trying to talk about you know, everybody but you. You had an album in 2020. It's dope as fuck. Everybody Eats. You had a big song with Conway. I noticed that the merch that goes along with it's kind of evolved into its own thing. So like, did you intend for Everybody Eats to become a clothing brand, or did it just naturally evolve from the popularity of the album?
Everybody Eats. I came on with Everybody Eats when I was in jail back in like 2012. Me and my right hand, we were just talking about doing some like party promo shit. We wanted to do something and we was like, yo, what should we come up with? And I was like, I had a line in my own song and I said, Everybody Eats. And I was like, yo, how about Everybody Eats? And he was like, yo, let's run with it. So when I came home, that's the move we was on. You know what I mean? Me, a couple other the guys, we was just on Everybody Eats, you know, got some t-shirts printed up. And I started yelling it in my music. And so when it came down to like doing the shit with Conway, having a song, I said to myself, I said, well, I want to do something that's gonna brand the brand. Like I want something to like help push the brand. So I named the song Everybody Eats. So I said, then okay, I might as well name the project Everybody Eats. So I had the brand before the song and all that, but I just wanted, I said I might as well rep my shit, you know what I'm saying? And I got a big artist on the song, so I might as well use that to help propel what I'm pushing, you know?
Word. And you had Conway on the song too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Because you're a
yeah,
big artist too, brother.
100%. 100%. Yeah, that's a fact. So yeah, that shit came out. Yeah, that shit just worked its way. It was like magic, like how the shit just started rolling down. You know what I mean? How shit started coming up, like even down to me, like packaging the CD and the first plate and all that. Like how that all came together was just like it was like the universe was like giving me gifts in the way on the on the road. You feel me?
Word. Man, I mean that album, I ended up listening to it like 6 times yesterday. That shit's incredibly strong. And you
Thank you.
know, when people be interviewing artists, they always want to talk about the features, and I typically try not to do that because it's your music that's worth listening to. But
Yeah,
I just got to shout out Rome Streets. I never heard of Homeboy before, but man,
yeah.
he killed that motherfucking what was it called? Song Code?
Codes, yeah, codes, yeah, yep, yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
man, he
Yeah,
murdered
he
that
did.
shit. Who is he? Is he somebody from up
Uh,
there? Somebody you linked up on the internet?
now Rome is from Brooklyn. I came across Rome when I was promoting my ART artwork project. I was promoting that, and he had just dropped the project. Forgot the name of it, and I just kept coming across his shit as I'm promoting my shit, and I listened to it, and I thought it was dope. And you know, at first it was just us just reaching out to each other, like you know, just talking like, "Yo, this is dope, bro." You know what I mean? And he responded, you know, whatever, because I don't got no problem giving other dudes their flowers. You know what I'm
Word,
saying?
me neither. I feel you.
And then I think my manager, unbeknownst knowing that we was already talking, he must have heard Rome and was like, "Yo." He had tweeted one day like, "Yo, it'd be dope to hear BA and Rome on a track together." And from there, um we just jumped into each other inboxes like, let's make it happen. And then
It,
we, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm gonna send something to you when I get the right joint that I feel like, you know what I mean, you a body. And I did my verse, boom, sent it to him. He sent it back pretty fast. And then I went out to the city, met him, and then we shot the video.
oh, I'm gonna have to, I didn't know there's a video. I'm gonna have to check that out. That shit was definitely dope. I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole with him too. You've been making music for a minute. Do you have shit that's like not on Spotify? Because you know I want to hear more. You know,
Oh man,
like do you have like
that piff.
that piff
Yeah, if you
and
go
you're
to
still
that
BA
piff,
bad?
still BA bad, go to that piff. I got a project called Who Bad. That's on there. And if you go on that piff and you type in or you go on YouTube and you type in the zombies, um that was the group I was a part of. I'm on every one of their projects. It was a collective of us, you know what I'm saying? But all the producers and all the rappers, like we had some Wu-Tang shit going on. Like literally, and like I feel like we was it. Like we there's a lot of talent in that group. You know what I'm saying? Production was crazy at its time. Like if you listen to it, you gotta remember like this is 05, 06. Like, we
Right.
was like 17, 18. You know what I mean? We was young, and like the music that was being made at that time wasn't nothing like what we was doing.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like there was like, you know, you had your Jeezys out, and then you had Young Money, and everything was real soft. You know what I mean? We wanted to be hard. Like we was like, nah, we ain't using no auto tune. We ain't using none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't even
but you know,
understand the
we was,
necessity of that. Like, why not help a singer get ahead? You know what
you
I
know
mean?
what? Honestly,
Like when cats auto tune the hooks, not their verses, but when they auto tune the hooks, like for what?
you know what? I can understand two things. One, because sometimes motherfucker singers don't get it right, or they be feeling themselves. And then, you know what I mean? And now it's hard to get them in there to do the hook you want them to do. And they might, I charge da da da. Like I ain't never heard you drop a song. And you want to charge me $500 to come in here and sing this shit? Then they come in singing all churchy. And you like, all right, bet.
I know
You
what
know
you
what I'm
mean.
saying?
Yeah.
So I can understand why artists was like, man, fuck this. I'm gonna do this shit myself.
Nah,
You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
you, bro. I learned how to do fucking covers because I got tired of fucking with graphic designers, and I done turned that shit before I stopped doing it. I done did a cover for Snoop, Future, all that shit, and
Fire.
that shit just came out of the fact that I got tired of waiting on the motherfuckers or it wouldn't be what I wanted, then the correction take forever.
Right.
But I done paid your I done paid your ass promptly as a motherfucker though. You know what I mean?
Yo, listen, I be feeling like people don't want the money. Like motherfuckers tell me, I say, yo, bro, how much you charge? I charge $300. Center immediately. All right, boom, get with me. Next thing you know, I gotta keep hounding. Yo, bro, did you finish that? Yo, bro, yo, bro, yo, bro, yo, bro. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You shouldn't do. If I'm spending my money, you should respect that. You know what I'm saying? Get back to me in a timely fashion. But that's neither here nor there. I can go on and on about that type of
I'm
bullshit.
sure, but tell me about the other side of the coin. How long does it take for somebody to get a verse from you after they
Whew.
pay for it? Under
Ah,
24, under 48?
nah. It depends.
You know what I mean? Because
It
sometimes you gotta
depends.
put like the proper creative effort into it, right?
Yeah. And sometimes, like say, like recently, somebody got with me about a verse, and I gave them a verse. They didn't like the verse. I bet. But then, you know what I mean, my grandmother was dying. You feel me? So my mind wasn't in the music. So like the last 3 weeks, say like this, like my grandmother passed away.
My
You know,
condolences.
thank you, thank you. The day after Thanksgiving, she passed away. We buried her the next Saturday, right? And then the next Saturday, which is last Saturday, I got shot. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? So like real life, like I'm so like to rap to think about a 16 right now. On
right.
top of already just gave you one, I'm not even my mind not even there. And I mean, and I could cook you up some bullshit, but is that what you paid me for?
Nah, I can dig it. I
You know
can
what I'm
dig it.
saying?
Did
So
your
it's like, huh?
did your grandmother raise you?
Kind of, yeah, for the most part, yeah. We was real close,
Man,
real close.
me too. And she died when I was in prison. And I remember my dad came to tell me, and I knew something was up because there wasn't no visiting day, and they let his ass in, which I guess is probably
Oh,
some white was probably some white privilege because I'm sure they wouldn't have done that for a black motherfucker, but I wasn't fitting to say no. You feel me? But
yeah,
they told me that shit, and like I could cry for like 5 minutes, but as soon as I left that room, I'm right back in the day room, and you can't be no motherfucking crying. And then
100%.
I remember I got out a couple years later, and I was watching that Spider-Man with Dr. Octopus, and I never cried over my grandmother except I missed the funeral and all that shit, obviously. And for some reason, when he grabbed Aunt May, that shit just like fucking destroyed me, and it was like I finally fucking cried over the shit. But
Right, right.
I can totally relate, bro. I know what you must be going through. That's a rough one. I'm sorry to hear
Nah,
that.
it definitely was like probably one of the hardest. This year was probably one of the hardest to deal with because like she had a few strokes, She had a real big one, like around April, and like watching her deteriorate over time. And it's like, you know, to the point where she stopped talking.
Mm.
And it's like, you know, I'm still coming to visit her. I'm still looking her in the face, spending time with her, but she's not talking. And it's like, you know, I just talk to my grandmother every week. Like I still got the reminder on my phone that hits me and says, call mama. You know what I'm saying? And I go see her every once a month. I take my daughter, I pack her up. We go see grandma. You know what I mean? So like going through that this whole year was like I was mourning still, even though like, I knew she wasn't going. She was 93. I knew she wasn't going to bounce back and be in her garden again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was already trying to mentally prepare myself for what was about to happen. But
Easier
even
said
when
than
it did,
done.
yeah, there's no way you can. You know what I mean? I thought I could. You know what I'm saying? When I looked at her Thanksgiving night, I looked at her and I knew. I said, she's not gonna live too much longer. She's not gonna make it to Christmas. And then
Mm.
the next day, and you know it's crazy. Like that night, I went back to my mom's crib. I had my daughter with me, and in the middle of the night, I just woke up, and I'm like, yo, I want to go home. I packed my daughter up 2 o'clock in the morning. We drove back to Buffalo. Boom. I wake up later on in the afternoon. I get the call grandma died. You know what I'm saying? And I just was like, damn. Like but something inside of me just woke me up, like shook me, and I'm like, I don't feel right. I want to go home. I just wanted to go home. I'm like, my mom like, you want to get up and leave 2 o'clock in the morning? It's cold. The baby sleep. I'm like, I don't care. I want to go home. You know what I mean? I ain't never like that. I normally stay there, sleep to the morning. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I just wanted to go home. So, you know, that not prepare me for my grandmother. I couldn't prepare myself for that. You know what I'm saying?
How's it been since then? You doing all right? I mean, I know you ain't doing
Yeah,
good, but are you doing all right?
yeah. It's yeah. You know what it is? Because I got more peace. The fact that she's not suffering.
Or
You know what I
dang, bro, if I
mean?
known
But
this, I wouldn't been pressing you about no podcast, man. My bad.
nah, it's cool because you know life go on. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? One thing my grandmother did, she was telling me like, yo, I'm gonna die one day. Hey, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna be here forever. You know what I mean? And she even told me, she like, yo, I'm 93 years old. I don't got all my friends is dead. I don't want to be here forever. Like she told me I'm ready to go home. She told me that before the stroke. You know what I'm saying? So like I knew. So for 7 years since I came home from jail, like you know, I'm sorry to hear about how your grandmother passed and you was locked up. But when I was in jail, I did 4 years. I prayed that my grandma didn't die when I was in jail. So I didn't want to deal. I mean, I didn't want to deal with that. But since I came home, my grandmother been like preparing me for her death since I came home. So from 2014 to now, she been like, yo, listen, might not. So because of that, I've been making sure I was spending time with her, making sure we were sitting down. Like I go to Syracuse, if I go for 3 days, she get one of my days. Like I
Gotcha.
don't I go to grandma's house, we're gonna eat breakfast, we're gonna sit, we're gonna talk. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring her some fruit. We're gonna go on. What you need me to do, grandma? I brought my work clothes. Need me to go and move these rocks to this side of the yard, to that side of the yard again? I'll do that. You know what I mean? Whatever she needed me to do. So for me, I did everything I could for my grandmother, and I got peace in that.
Yeah, that's
It's
what's
just
up.
that I
No,
miss my
no
lady.
regrets. No regrets.
Yeah, I ain't got no regrets. I just miss my friend. Like she was my friend. You know what
Did
I'm
you
saying?
did you let her hear your music?
Nah,
Yeah.
nah. My grandma's an old church lady. My grandmother is, if first thing she would have said when my music would have came off, like, where's your song about God?
Right.
Why you ain't rapping about Jesus? You know you're supposed to be a pastor. Why you ain't been to church? It would have went all left. So my grandmother knew me a whole different person. Like she ain't know nothing about, she ain't really know about the music unless my aunts and my cousin was talking about it. She ain't, I was a different child in front of my grandmother's eyes. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
you was going to church for her and then run around in the streets?
when I was little, when I was like a little boy, like she'd take me, go to church with her. You know what I'm saying? I probably like that probably lasted until like I got to like sixth grade. that's when there's like I kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that seemed to be the
Started,
age. That do seem to be the age.
yeah, like I started, you know what I mean, running, doing my own thing, like, you know what I mean? I kind of like, you know, I kind of got away from like even like spending more time with my grandmother. I was outside. I was outside, like just running. You know what I'm saying? And you know, getting in trouble and all that other shit. But for the most part, you know what I mean? Like I want to say like me, like I want to say keep it real. If I kept it 1,000, I want to say from 11 to probably like 15, 16, me and my grandmother kind of like I wasn't going over my grandmother's house like that no more. You know what I mean? Like I was trying to avoid her because you know what I mean. I didn't want her to. I knew I was doing wrong.
But I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? So like, because I knew I was doing wrong, I didn't want to. I didn't want to see her. I didn't want her to question me. I didn't want her to look at me and be like. So I would avoid her until one day. Till one day she caught me. She was like, "Why you don't come see me no more?" And then after that, I was over there all the time. You know what I'm saying? But then you know what I mean. But she knew my grandma, she old and wise, so she told me like you had to carry your own crosses.
Yeah.
Like everything you went through made you a man. Like you had to do that. So I ain't even mad at you. You was a boy, but I'm glad my grandma got to see me become a man. You feel me?
Hell yeah, that's what's up. But so to kind of change it up a little bit, I was curious from listening to your music when you were out there as you would, you know, all the things that you did that obviously the statute of limitations have expired. Would you prefer hustling or hitting licks?
Hustling.
Uh, See me, I like hitting licks. I like the adrenaline.
I say hustling because I mean I don't know. Like now I'm more like I like to chill. I like you know what I mean. Like I mean that was a little more like I don't know. I think for me like hitting licks just went good with the aggression. Cause like, I ain't gonna lie, like it was a point in time that like, and it sounds stupid, but I wasn't chasing money.
Got you.
Like when I got like I was really into like I looked up to the shooters and the motherfuckers that could fight and wanted to. So I was just into like I was into the violence. I just was into the violence. That's just what it was. And then at the time went on, then I started getting into the money. Like, oh, we out here. This shit ain't making no money. Oh, guns cost, lawyers
Yeah.
cost. You know what I'm
Word.
saying?
No
Like, you
bullshit.
know what I mean? And then, you know, the older you get, because I've been outside since I was like 12, 13. At 12, 13, you know, unless you just really had it really bad, I had a place to go. I ain't have to like hustle to survive too much. You know what I'm
Got you.
saying? So, but when I started getting older and like, okay, I got to take care, I really got to like focus on myself and do for me, then, you know what I mean? All that came about. But the hitting licks was just more of a, yo, listen, we already on this type of time. We might as well, oh, you see, oh, homie got the chain. We might as well get him. Oh, yo, he got the, word. Shit, let's get him. You fuck with him? No, I don't fuck with him. All right. He ain't letting us eat. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it. But nah, I get money. I
See, I,
say get money.
I always looked at like if you hit a lick, you're only paranoid for like a minute or two. If you're hustling, you're paranoid 24/7.
Hmm. Good way to look. Not necessarily, cause shit, you can hit a lick depending on who you hit. That shit may come back 10 years ago. Motherfucker might not want to take that L.
Oh, I mean, I was on some other shit, brother. We got a caravan. My dad before, like, I live with my dad in a white neighborhood. He got married and put me out, and then I live with my grandmother in a black neighborhood from like 13 and for the rest of my life. And so he used to take me to gun shows, so I knew you could get all these shit at gun shows, right? So we had a caravan. We put a police light on that jump. We had a bunch of zip ties, like little jackets and shit. Like
Yeah.
DA, ATF, whatever, DCPD or I think MCPD, whatever they were called. And So like at the little open air drug markets, we would drive the van in real fast, like the jump out boys. And we had practiced like on how to make the door pop open when you hit brakes and all that shit. And
Yeah,
motherfuckers would jump out like they was cops, fake badges on chains and everything. And then we would zip tie these motherfuckers, take everything they had, and then drop them off in the neighborhood they was beefing with. I feel like real terrible about that shit now, but I was like 18 and 19 at the time.
yo,
And so like there really wasn't much chance of that coming back on me. I don't think too
that's
many of
fine.
the motherfuckers ever even figured out we weren't police.
Not until party, right, right. Nah, that's y'all was on some other shit. Y'all was elaborate with it, but that was smart though.
I mean,
Y'all
it
was
seemed, it seemed like that shit used to, help you get away with shit. Like when I used to hustle, when I used to sell crack and shit, it was a liquor store everybody sold crack at, right? And motherfuckers be out there all dressed up and all that shit, just like the 90s. So they wearing like Harachis and, little
right.
Mr. T chains and shit, starter jackets, Eddie Bauer coats. I used to put on a motherfucking old ass Dickies jumpsuit that I got at Goodwill, put mud on myself, pour 40 on myself, and act like I was a crackhead. So when the police fucked with everybody, they just made me walk off with the crackheads, but I was really serving people.
Right. And it didn't make it no better that, you know what I'm saying, you was white. So they probably was like, nah, you get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Because
yeah,
in
they
their
just
mind,
assumed I was a crackhead. Yeah.
yeah, they're like, get the fuck out of here. What the fuck is he doing? You know what I'm saying? You ain't probably even had to do all that. They probably would have thought you was buying, like, hey, go home.
Yeah, nah. They used to say that shit to me, and then cats started peeping, and so then people started paying me to hold the work.
Right,
Yeah. So,
right.
but then I went to college and fucked all my money up. All
Nah, that's fire. That's
right, but
fire.
let's finish with this, man, because I ain't trying to hold you up too long. Um, you know, obviously life done got in the way a little bit, but I'm sure you must got some plans on what's coming next with the music. What can we be looking forward to?
100%. So uh after I dropped Everybody Eats, you know what I'm saying? I did drop a project with my bro Really Him. He dropped a project called Really Him. It's an EP. I think got like 5 songs on it. And that EP, it only got one feature on there, and that's Shy Hef. Got a song called Plate Scrapers. Um, and then so now I ain't dropped no music in 2021. I did a few features on a few different other people's projects. 2022, I got like 3 to 4 projects brewing right now. You know what I'm saying? I got one project totally produced by a producer out in VA named Sai Puda. He's really dope. And man, I got some shit. I got some hard shit coming. I got some hard shit coming. Trust me. Even though I've been going what I've been going through, and I've been focusing more on the lifestyle, I still get a couple songs in, throw them to the side, couple songs in, throw them to the side. You know what I mean? I got some features in the tuck. I don't really want to, show my hand right now,
Word.
but when it drop, trust me, I'm gonna shake some shit. Like 2022, I'm definitely shaking some shit. I'm definitely about to pick the momentum back up.
Shit, I got faith,
Definitely.
bro. Keep me in tune, and I'll make sure to write about it, and we can definitely do episodes to promote anything you release. Just keep me in the loop, and I got you, man.
Oh, 100%. I'm gonna definitely keep you in tune. I got some shit coming. If I keep it. I just got a song back from got a song with you know who Bub Styles is.
I don't.
You gotta check out Bub Styles. He's pretty dope. And Rashid Chappelle. You familiar with Rashid Chappelle?
The name, and I know I've heard them, but like if somebody played it right now, when I couldn't identify it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully to you and the listeners, I just put them on to 2 other dope MCs. We got
How
a
do you
song
spell Chappelle? Like Dave Chappelle?
like Dave Chappelle. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Exactly. Nah, them 2 good brothers, and I got a joint with them that I'm thinking about dropping New Year's to start the year off. You know what I mean? Called Stone Cold. Um, but I got some shit. I got a lot of shit tucked away. Some good shit. I got some good music tucked away. I'm
That's
excited. I'm excited about this year.
Man, me too. Like I said, I got nothing but faith. Before we get out of here, what's that dope ass website with all them physicals and the merch packages and the USB that looks like it's a cassette that got your music on it and all that stuff?
You gotta go to ebelifestyle.com. That's ebelifestyle.com. And they got everything on there. Got all my videos, got all the merch. You can get to any project you want to. All you gotta do is click. You can click discography, and it take you to all my physicals and digital albums. And you can click on what streaming service you want to stream the music off of, or you can go to merch. And that'll take you to everything. Apparel, it'll take you to all the clothes, all the newest merch that's coming out. I got some new merch that's about to be dropping soon. And yeah, ebelifestyle.com, or you can go on my Twitter, on my Instagram page. My Instagram and my Twitter is the same. It's BABADD_EBE. You know what I mean? And it's the same all the way around. Every site, I try to keep the same domain name so everybody can get to me easily.
Well, bet, yeah, that's BA Bad, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all make sure you check them out. Hey, brother, stay on for just 1 minute after this, but thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No doubt.